Hello friends, today's topic is about Philly garbage strike. Let's rant.
Philadelphia, are y'all okay? Because y'all don't look okay. And if you don't know what's going on in Philadelphia, basically the sanitation workers, they asked for a raise, like an 8% raise, I believe. The mayor said, fuck y'all, I'm going to give y'all 3%, I'm going to take 9%. The sanitation workers said, no, bitch, fuck you, we're not picking up the trash anymore. And guess what? No one's picking up the trash. So they designated like 60 something, and I'm going to put like the little pictures and stuff around too. So they designated like 60 something trash drop off spots for the time being until they can figure this out. Y'all, people just dropping trash everywhere. Like there's literally blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks and blocks lined with trash. There's raw chicken in the street. This has to be a biohazard. Like this has to be a health issue at this point. And this poor man, he got rats coming into his house because of the trash is piled up so bad. He in a news interview begging people not to drop trash off by his fence and to drop it off just a little bit further down because his house is already being like taken over by pests. Like this is actually insane. And not only that, who's gonna pick up all the trash when all of this is said and done? Y'all gonna have to mess around and pay them extra just to come and pick up the trash that's piling up. Because who's going to do that? I'm not doing that for no regular wage. Hell no. How can this even be allowed? Like, at what point do higher authorities step in and be like, okay, bitch, you're done. You're done. You have absolutely lost your mind. Like, that's crazy. Being cheap is going to end up costing them much, much more money than just giving them the damn raise. God forbid we pay our workers what they deserve, especially the ones that keep the city together. Because anybody in any seat of government, y'all ain't doing a damn thing. It's our blue collar workers that keep this bitch running. That's crazy.
I don't give a fuck. I'm siding with the people in Philly. Why the fuck do they have to drive across the world just to drop their trash off because the mayor said so? Bitch, no. Every apartment complex, every fucking house, every next block, whatever the case may be, should have a trash can on the end. It just makes sense. These people don't give a fuck. They dumping their trash wherever trash is overflowing, which it should be, because if they don't do that, the problem won't get fixed. If they don't flood the city with trash, which is pretty trifling because it's hot now, and the trash is going to be stinking to the point where you won't even be able to stand on the street, and then it's going to start having maggots. Rodents are going to stop popping out everywhere, and it's going to get real bad. But I guess in order for it to get good, it has to go bad. Because that's the only way you can get these people to listen. You have to do shit out of the norm to get them to do what they're supposed to do. If that makes sense. But yeah, I side with them. Fuck it. Flood the city with trash. Y'all did right.
Why am I seeing videos of people urging private citizens in Philadelphia to go rent a truck and pick up the trash because the local union is on strike? Why am I seeing videos? Ronald Reagan, you will pay for your crimes in this lifetime or the next, because I know a lot of y'all do surface level thinking. So you think, yeah, you're just a hustler. It's just the money, baby, right? Trash needs to be picked up. Unions on strike. Garbage man not showing up in Philly. You can go make some extra money. This is how we keep losing the game. I say we, the workers. We're all the workers, except for a small few. If you can't think past surface level thinking and just go below and just say to yourself, what is the long-term effects of me, that the next person, that the next 10, that the next 15, next 50, 100 starts pretty much scabbing. That's what you're doing. That's what they call it when, I was watching NFL doc, right? When players come in, non-NFL players come in and try to play for the NFL teams, right? To cross the picket lines. Yes, that's pretty much scabbing. If you can't think of the long-term effects of what that would do to not only the garbage man, your city, but you yourself as a worker, I cannot help you. I shouldn't have to break this down. Now, if you wanted to talk about what the community can do as a whole, because I'm guessing you're now remembering why it's important, why the garbage man's job is important. I'm guessing, okay, maybe we can have those type of conversations in conjunction with the union, who I'm sure their stance is going to be, hey, it's probably best that the garbage stays there because it helps our point. What makes this even damning, I did a little bit of research, a trinket of it. And I realized them boys wasn't even asking for a lot. Under 10% pay increase. They wasn't even, bro, I thought, I don't have to, no, I'm doing it again. I don't have to elaborate. Don't rent a U-Haul truck. Don't do diddly squat if you're not a community leader with a head on your shoulders. Let the city see what's going on for a minute and go, oh, we need these guys. Let's try to be a lot more reasonable. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So you think that Philly officials would be moving with just a little bit more urgency, considering that the city is covered in trash, flammable trash, and a certain holiday on July 4th known for having the most fires on a single day year-round because a bunch of civilians have increased access to fire and explosives is coming up? The city is coated in flammable trash. Not to mention, this trash is blocking vital sidewalks that people may need to use to escape these fires, and firemen may need to use to access the buildings to put out these fires.
Damn. That sucks to be in that city right now with trash everywhere. Let's continue.
So, we're around the corner from my house, right? This is the night of the 3rd of July, the day before the 4th of July, one of the biggest holidays in Philadelphia. And you guys, take a walk with me. Hold on, let me flip my camera. Now take a walk with me. This is literally what this shit fucking looks like, bro. Like, and I'm gonna walk I had to make this video 4 times because, for one, I was trying to do it in a minute, and a minute just isn't long enough. And it's not that I'm walking slow. My fat ass is walking at a decent speed. I'm not running because I'm not a runner. But, yo, Sherelle, girl, get them people their money. Like, and look from where I started, bro. I started all the way up there. Like, all the way up there. Like, this is even past a block. This is more than a fucking block long, y'all. Like, this is more than a fucking block long. And that shit is crazy. Like, I didn't even think it was that bad. This is actually longer than a fucking block. Like, literally. Girl, if you don't get them fucking folks their money, like, tomorrow is the 4th of July, and this is what this shit look like,
I'm going to have to admit that the state of Pennsylvania may very well be the Florida of the North. In case you didn't know, the sanitation workers in Philadelphia are currently on strike because their mayor didn't give them the raise that they requested. So they decided to go on strike and stop picking up garbage. What do the people of Philadelphia do, you might ask? Well, the mayor did set up some drop-off locations for this trash, but the people of Philadelphia are actually just dumping it off at City Hall, which is kind of funny.
So the mountains of trash just continue to pile up on the streets this morning as sanitation workers remain off the job.
But it reminded me of this.
Now, Sherelle, now is not the time to be playing with sanitation workers when you got the whole city smelling like funky draws. Shout out to NBC Philadelphia because they're showing us all these images of literally people throwing their trash on the side of the road because currently the city is having a standoff with sanitation workers. Now, apparently the sanitation workers are working for higher wages. They're currently living just below the poverty line, and this is the reason for the standoff/strike. Now, to combat that, the mayor has set up designation dump zones around the city. Now, the dump zones are scattered about the city, and essentially just take your trash there and throw it on a curb. Now, the things you need to know about the sanitation strike before the 4th of July, because it's going to affect you if you live in the city of Philadelphia. The strike started on July 1st. It consists of about 9,000 employees. That includes water department, police dispatch, sanitation workers, as well as at the airport. Now, unfortunately for the mayor, having a sanitation strike around a holiday is crazy work. And in case the mayor forgot, the birthplace of America is in Philadelphia. So you're going to imagine millions of people are going to flock into your city on 4th of July weekend to get a little American spirit, which is really bad when you don't have anywhere for the trash to go. Imagine inviting tourists, which actually help boost the Philly economy, to your city, and it's covered in garbage. This is so bad for the mayor. I'm sorry. I would be so absolutely embarrassed welcoming the birth of the nation with a pile of garbage in front of City Hall. Because, girl, you got about 24 hours to figure this out. If not, people are going to be celebrating America's birthday swimming in garbage.
It's definitely gotten bigger. There's the dumpster hiding. Like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh.
This is crazy. What do you think about this? Comment down below, and thank you for your time. Until next video.